If you had to choose the 10 most important things in your life, would you choose the same as most people? Let's find out. In this video, I'm going to talk about the model itself, how it works, and how it can help you. Every model has 10 attributes. The first one is the core, the second one are the 10 sub-attributes which make up that core element, and beyond that are systems, techniques and practical tools and guides that can layer up that part of your life and help you build and improve in whatever areas you wish. The I Am model will lay that out in a visual way to help you see that and self-analyze the areas of life that you can gain the most advantage in. In doing this, the model will highlight two visual things that you're great at and the highest rated areas, and things where you're not so great at and you can make the most gains. Be honest with yourself and self-reflect on those particular 10 points. What we can then do is set goals in those areas. The top two are really going to push you forward. Those are your best things that can really help excel and build on your strengths that are great already. The bottom two, there's opportunity areas, and there's a couple of things that you can do which we'll look at in future videos. So once you've completed the model and you've looked at the rating scale, visually you know where you're at, you know what your strengths are, you've built some goals around it, set a timeline. I usually like to look at it every 30 days and review. In that 30 days, have you made progress? Has the rating gone up since the last time you did it? Has it stayed linear or has it dropped? Keep doing that and you can see and make tweaks to parts of your life to continually make progress, and keep doing that and repeat that cycle. And it's really interesting to see because you're holding yourself accountable. Somebody can look upon you, and that's why personal trainers and a lot of coaches work, because they hold you accountable. You are paying them to give you that knowledge and advice, but also to check in with you, with yourself. Now this allows you to do that without anybody else being there. If in a month's time you've promised yourself something and you haven't delivered on that, if you look back at this will help you self-reflect and realize, oh, do you know what? I could do more in that area, and it just regains that focus and sets you straight for the next period of time. If you find yourself a little lost and without purpose, that's a great time to complete a model and set it aside and remind yourself as regularly as you can of your goals, of your focus, to help give you that drive on those days where sometimes you haven't got quite as much motivation and energy as others. Completing a model can help visualize and get you back on track, give you that focus, really can help hone in on this area of my life is where I'm struggling, this is what I need to do to help improve it. The one thing I can't help you is actually do it for you. I'm helping highlight certain areas, building goals around what you can do in those areas, and the rest is on you. You are accountable for yourself and nobody's going to do it for you. So I can help you highlight that, I can help build goals, but I can't do it for you, but I'll show you by doing it myself and sharing that. So we've talked about the model, 10 core attributes, rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, take a step back and look at the biggest strength areas you have, the lowest rated areas where you can gain the most ground, and build goals in both areas to improve certain areas so they're not holding you back, and push you forward in the areas you're already great at. The 10 core attributes are: number 1, family. Whether that's your partner, your kids, your parents, your siblings, or beyond, family has come up time on time again as one of the most important things in most people's lives across the world. The second attribute is fun, and just generally bringing a bit of joy to life, whether that's through hobbies or sport or just some downtime. The second attribute is fun. Number 3, we have giving back, whether that's random acts of kindness, charity, so monetary wise or time wise. Giving back for me in the sense of this channel is the channel itself. Now giving back for me through the channel, not just through sharing content, will be me taking you behind the scenes on how I write titles, put thumbnails together, storyboard, scripting, film content, edit, bring that all together, and how I've got to the place I have, and also how I'm planning to and how I grow. So attribute number 4 is health, whether that's eating right and what to eat, exercising and what exercises to do, and doing that consistently with juggling everything else you may have going on, and sleep. Those 3 elements that make up health is what I'll be going into, and how I'm keeping on top of that part of my life the best I can with everything I've got going on with the kids, working full time and all that stuff. Attribute number 5 is home. One thing that I don't find gets talked about enough is how we're able to organize, keep on top of laundry, vacuuming, tidying up after kids, and just juggling all that. So home, and how that can give you mental clarity or mental cloudiness. If the house is cluttered, it can clutter your mind. If the house is decluttered and clean, it can give you that mental thinking space. So I'll talk about home and how I do that within my space. Number 6 is a big one, and that's what a lot of the content will be based around to begin with, which is personal development or self-improvement. And whether that's reading or mentoring or getting network of people and just building you and your transferable life skills, personal development is massive, because that can really help propel you into your next part of life. When I look at my to-do list, I'll schedule time for me on there, but often I'm at the bottom of that to-do list, and even more so, I'll drop off that to-do list. What I'm about is putting yourself higher at that to-do list and flipping it. Often when we're there for so many other people, we're not there for ourselves. And what I found is taking 5 to 10 minutes for yourself before you're there for others can give you so much more. So I'll talk about that in personal development, and also strategies and things that I've learned through self-help books that I've learned and read over the years. In at number 7, we have relationship. Now, this is me and my wife, and I've been married just under 10 years, or coming up to a decade now. And it doesn't even feel like that, because it's been such a great ride, and I'm looking forward to the next 10 years. Steve Harvey says a thing, which is, however long you've been with somebody, could you see yourself doing that and repeating that for the next, in my case, and the next 10 years? And yeah, absolutely. I would love to live the previous 10 years over and over again. But equally, I'm so excited to see what our next 10 years has, and I'll share how I'm able to do that and some of the things me and my wife do to help improve our relationship. In at number 8, we have spirituality, whether that's religion, mindfulness, meditation, being closer to the world and environment around you. Now, I have personal improvements I can make in my spirituality, and as I gain knowledge and take action in that area of my life, I'll share some of that and build a network around people who I find are spiritual and gain that connection. In at number 9, we have wealth. Now, in my school years, I was never taught about wealth management, from bank accounts to credit to loans to mortgages to just general budgetary management. That wasn't an educational availability, and I've learned that through life experience. So I'll share some of that and what can keep you on top of wealth to gain you the freedom that you might want to focus on other parts of life. And the final attribute in the core model is work, whether that's career or just being happy at work, or whether it's career progression and you're looking for that developmental step up. Keeping on top of work forms a big part of our life, 35 to 40 hours for a lot of us, and keeping on top of that whilst juggling everything else and looking back at all of these core attributes, if you can find ways to progress in multiple, if not all areas of them, can really help make you feel like your just general happiness is better, and you have that direction and purpose. What I'm encouraging you to do is look at these 10 attributes, rate yourself from 1 to 10 on each of them, look at your top 2, look at your bottom 2, and be aware of that. It's that self-awareness to know, actually, this is what I'm good at, this is what I'm not great at, and then we'll build goals on those respective areas.